Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, the 30th of August, 10 a.m. my local time. Time to go over the charts and have a look what we can possibly pick up this week. I'll be honest, quite a few of the pairs are not in nice places, you'll see as we go through them, so it might be a quick video this week, but we'll see how we get on. So as always, we're on EURGBP to begin with. As we can see, price has pushed up, and we've actually closed above that resistance that caused the previous drop, but overall it's still bullish structure really. I mean, we've hit this trend line, it's confirmed it, so we'll see how price reacts today. If it falls back, then it's going to confirm that downtrend, and we might see a move back down to the demand zone below. But the euro in itself has had a little pullback on some pairs, so the pound has obviously been weak as of recent times. It's weak against the US dollar. GJ, as you'll see in a minute, it's going sideways. The euro against some pairs have had a little pullback against obviously the Aussie dollar and the pound, because it's been pretty weak. So I think it's just a pullback in obviously the overall bearish trend that the euro is in, because it's in a sad state of affairs. So I think this could continue to move back down as of today, but we'll see how that pans out. But again, there's not many nice opportunities to trade, unfortunately, here. Again, I'm just going to wait for a price to pull back and then get a buy on from a demand zone at a lower price. That's my ideal area. There's no need to try and force a trade when you're trading on the daily time frames. There's not much point to go over some 80 bits, picking up little bits here and there. We're looking for a nice decent trade. So yeah, not much to go on EURGBP. I'm waiting for a pullback in price to come down to these demand zones before we get another buy on again. So with that pair covered, we'll move on and we'll go to GBPJPY. And as I was saying, the pound has been pretty much stagnant the last few weeks. As you can see here on GJ, it's just been moving sideways. A really horrible pair to trade. As you can see, the moving average is pretty much just flat line horizontal. We've moved up and down between this range, so no real trend trades that we could catch on this pair. This is one for the scalpers trading in between the range. But look at all the wicks on the daily candle. We just had multiple dojis and hammers back to back to back to back. As I advised last week, all you could do is sell from the supply and buy from the demand, but there's no real direction where it's going on here at the moment. We're just moving in a sideways direction. So again, there's nothing much really that I can offer you on this pair at the moment, apart from selling from the supply and buying from the demand. Ideally, I'd like to think the pound would recover, so once we get down to the demand areas, I'll definitely get a buy on. But we've not seen any real penetration move into the demand zone, so that would be my ideal move. I mean, I'm wishful thinking if we were to see price come all the way back down to 140, 150, but you never know. We'll see when the next momentum direction takes us with GJ, and then we can act accordingly and start looking to pick up trades in the direction that it moves. But yeah, as of now, it's one for the smaller time frame trading people, selling from the top and buying from the from the bottom in this range. But yeah, I've not got time to sit there all day and look for possible trades, so we just have to sit on our hands and wait, which is as good as not losing anything sometimes. So with that pair covered, we'll move to EURAUD. As I was saying about the euro against some pairs, it's having a little pullback in price, and as we can see here on EURAUD, it's having a pullback. Now there's a little tiny supply zone there that I'd like to get a sell on. There's a big demand zone here from way back 2017, which is a good target. The previous demand zone was broken, so once we've had a pullback in the euro here, the Aussie dollar might pick up a bit more strength, especially if gold starts to pick up a bit more strength too. So yeah, I'm going to throw out this little sell here from this supply zone. We might get price to push up there over the next couple of days, so be ready. Mark that out at around 1.458 as a price level to look for a sell down. We can get a nice tight stop loss with a small supply zone here, and then look for this bearish trend to continue, because it's been a bit of a big drop. It's quite clear price is not ready to go and fill up these imbalances here, so that'll be a long way off, I should imagine, depending. As you can see, the moving average is 45 degrees pointing downwards now, so it's looking like the bearish trend is going to continue. So let's try and get a little sell on here from the supply zone, hopefully if price meets up this week. So that's my call on EURAUD. With that, we'll move to GBPUSD. I think it was yesterday or the weekend I sent a chart out that we're going to look to get a big swing trade on, a big buy. So as you can see, price is still moving bearishly down to this 2020 demand zone support level that we had marked out here. I think it could possibly hold. It's a good place to try and get a nice long swing buy trade on anyway. So yeah, we can get some a small stop loss on again. You can use a little bit of a higher risk, but again, we're looking for a swing trade, so we're looking for a big move upwards. Let's go on to the weekly and just show you. As you can see, there's the level of support from 16th of March 2020. But these prices are cheap. Look, we haven't seen this price since 1985. So, you know, these are the areas, if you're going to get a nice long swing trade on, that you can just place and hold, because what comes down goes back up, vice versa, what goes up comes down. So as I said last time, swing trading, you can expect to get a little bit of drawdown. So if we get a buy on at this level, you can just leave your stop loss open for now and just watch price once you've entered the position. If it does look like if it does close below here, a weekly candle, then it could possibly look like we might even move further down. So then I would close the position, and then I would wait to see if we possibly visit this demand zone at the bottom here. I think it's highly unlikely, but you never know. So we'll just have to be careful and watch out. So we're looking for a big double bottom here on the weekly. Daily time frame, come down, it's getting squeezed into this corner. So I think it's a good opportunity to try a long swing buy trade. So yeah, get that price marked out 1.1663, and then we can look to get a nice buy on to hold for a long time, and hopefully get a nice number of pips rewarded to us for being patient, which is what you need to have sometimes. So with that pair moved, we'll go to EURUSD, and it's pretty much the same as GU. The dollar has been on a tear for quite some time now. I'll go over the DXY at the end here just to see where it's at and what possibly could happen. But on the euro, we've moved to the weekly. As you can see, prices haven't visited this range since 2002 September, sorry, so pretty much dead on to 20 years, 2022 September. Yeah, we're just moving into September at the end of the week, so it's been 20 years since prices visited this range. As you can see, we've got multiple demand zones on the way up that was created. That looks like one there. We got a big one at the bottom here. So there's plenty of targets and plenty of places where we can get a buy on. We'll move back down to the daily, and it's pretty much the same as GU. We're looking for long swing trades now if price continues to move further down. GU is closer to that zone where we want to buy, so obviously that's the first trade possibly coming up. EURUSD, we'd like it to move a bit further down, so yeah, so just wait and see. Hopefully price can push a bit further down into the demand zone, then we can get a buy on from there. Yeah, so with that one covered, we will move to gold, and we've had a big pullback once we touch that supply zone at the top. Obviously, as I said last time, I had my stop loss triggered as I had it under this swing low. I got 1-to-1, so it's not a problem. But yeah, we're looking for the same again. We're looking for price to come back down to this level where we bought in, obviously meet this trend line possibly here, and then we'll have a couple of support candles form like this here, which shows a bit of demand being collected, and then we're looking for another buy again. So yeah, hopefully you know, DXY is pushing EU down, it's pushing GU down, it's pushing Bitcoin down, it's pushing gold down. So yeah, so hopefully it can come back down to this demand zone again. We're looking for another double bottom, basically a W pattern has come down, prices come back up, come back down, see the double bottom, watch for a support candle like these here, and then we can get another buy on back up, and hopefully that will be the one that turns long term. But yeah, as of last time I got 1-to-1, just over, sorry. So yeah, we're looking for pretty much the same again on gold. So earmark your prices around 1722 to 1726, around that area, and then we'll look for support to form around this demand zone before we take another buy on. So that's my shout on gold. So with that, we'll move to Bitcoin, and my stop loss was hit, which is not a problem because I still got 1% return. And as you can see, we've dropped through what people say is the big bearish flag, but I think it's a bit too big to be a flag. But maybe it's not, maybe it is. It's personal opinion. But as you can see, we touched right back down into this demand zone that was created, and we've shot straight back up. Currently, today's candle is bearish, so we'll see. We'll see what price does over the next few days, and then we can look to get another buy on, because I'll do the same again. I'll keep doing the same again from this demand zone. It's not a problem if it wants to keep giving profit. I mean, we did have a big return on this trade. What was that? We did have 5-to-1 almost risk to reward ratio on that previous buy that we had, so you could have closed for a lot more profit if you wanted, but again I was looking for the long-term hold, and I was happy because I secured 1%, so I just wanted to let price play out, which is not a problem. So as you can see, we broke below, and again I'm going to look for the same entry, look for price to push down into the demand zone like it did previously here, and as we see, so a couple of days of support being formed, and then we'll get a buy on. So I will post a picture across my social media accounts when I enter a trade on Bitcoin again. But as I was going on previously on some posts that I put out, I think it looks to me like Ethereum is leading the way at the moment. So we'll just quickly go over that. This is for the first time on the channel. As you can see from Ethereum, we bottomed out like we did on Bitcoin, but the pullback is nowhere near as deep as what's going on in Bitcoin. It looks like a little small head and shoulders there. It's a bit jagged, but nonetheless, it's come down, and we haven't even hit this demand zone yet, and we're still in this expanding wedge from the bottom. But as you can see, there's a nice trend line there. So hopefully if we gather some more support, and we possibly touch this demand zone and we fill a few orders, we might get a push above. If we get a push above this trend line, and I think it's game time, if I'm honest. But compare it to Bitcoin, as you can see, Bitcoin, the moving average is pointing 45 degree to the downside, and Ethereum is only just turning. It's been pretty much moving sideways, looking like it was going to turn up, and then it's moved like it's slightly pointing downwards now. But it looks to me like Ethereum is the one that's leading the way. I don't know about you, but it looks like that is the way to me. These prices are just what the coins that I bought. Again, this is Ethereum against the pound and not the US dollar, so that might make a little bit of difference, but I put it as the pound because when we had this big drop, I actually bought some Ethereum to hold in my wallet as well as trading, and that was the price I bought, 777. If you're from the UK, I'm not sure about the slot machines around the world, but that's a jackpot number. As soon as I saw that, I thought of it as an omen, so I bought some, held it in my wallet. So I've just marked out the prices when I'm looking at the charts, where I'm going to double up, where I'm going to triple up in price with with the coins that I've hold in my wallet. So it just it gives a nice touch to the chart once I'm analysing what's going on. So yeah, I'm not afraid at the moment. Hopefully we can get some support found here, and then we can start pushing up above this downtrend line and start trading above the moving average, and hopefully we can get a bull push on. So I'll just quickly go over the dollar. As you can see, we're right in this supply zone here. It's been very bullish, well, since we bottomed out in 2021, and we've been on a big bull push since. So we'll just move out to the weekly time frame, and as you can see, this is the supply zone that caused the push to go down, and as you can see in the current candle, we're right in that supply zone now. So we can even go out to the monthly time frame, and as you can see, this monthly candle is engulfing. But could it just be filling the wick from the previous month, and then we could see a drop back in price? Who knows? There's the monthly supply zone that we're in at the moment. So I think this month is touch and go time. I mean, the monthly candle closes in 2 days, so you know, if it doesn't break above this month, then hopefully we might see a pushback down. If not, if it breaks above this supply zone, then as you can see, we've got a clear run. These candles, there's no resistance to it. There's a nice clean range there, straight up to 120, which would be quite worrying, because it's pretty much going to kill off the rest of the pairs. So yeah, so that's why I'm hoping the monthly candle holds in this supply, and then we gather some resistance, and we start seeing a drop back in price for the dollar. That's what I'm hoping for. So it'll give some life to the euro, and obviously some other pairs like GU. If we're just meeting that demand zone, we get our buy on, and the dollar loses strength, then that's going to help us with our buy trade. So a few pairs to watch out for at the moment, as obviously we're coming to the month end in a couple of days. Yeah, so Bitcoin we got stopped out, 1% profit. Gold, we're looking for a double bottom. GU, as opposed to get ready to get a long buy swing trade on. EURAUD, we can look to get a sell from that supply zone. GJ, as I said, it's just moving sideways, so there's not much to go on at the moment. We'll wait for some direction on that pair. So that's pretty much it for this week, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good week so far, and has a good rest of the week. As I say, monthly candles close in a couple of days, so there is a few things to watch out for and get ready for the month of September. So I hope you all have a good rest of the week, and I'll see you again next week.